the jungle-dwelling reptile called Mokili Membe.
No Wendigo?
Despite the fact that the devs removed sauropod builds from the game long ago.
Why is he yelling at me? What the fuck? Like, chill, I'm just playing, Mr. Zoo.
24/7 nigga working his ass for it. She popping that ass for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with another banger. Who? Could y'all heard me, bro? So I'm back with another banger of a reaction for y'all boys, man. Hey, man. Say, man. Listen, if you didn't know, I love cryptids. I love cryptids. I love them. I love cryptids, gang. I love the stories when it comes to Bigfoot, Wendigos, the Loch Ness Monster, the Jackalope. What's another cryptid? Your father? No, I'm just bruh. I like it. I like those weird, like, urban legend type of creatures, gang. So I figure, why not check out my man Tierzu, the Cryptid Tierlist. This is done by 7 years ago, though. I don't know. Maybe we need to update it or some shit. But fellas, wait, nuclear engineer reacts to Tierzu, are humans OP. What does him being a nuclear engineer have to do? You know what? Who cares? But fellas, let's get straight to it.
This episode is sponsored by Brilliant.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie though. Like, when I say this, I say all shade. What did my man think he's gonna do against like the Yeti, bro? Boom, like he just got cooked. No shooting, no nothing, no weaving. This man had the right idea.
Show me your moves.
I would have survived. A motherfucker like me would have survived that. I would have weaved. Let me break it down. Honey, just get shut the fuck up. Listen.
Show me your
He comes right here, Cuddy. I'm hitting. I'm doing the Logan Paul splits. Has. He's now flying over me. Then you know what I'm I'm shooting him right then and there. Drop shotting his ass.
moves.
Goon.
Fucking kid.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know. You know what? I take back what I said. It's about he probably would beat my ass.
If you play this game for a while, you'll eventually hear about some builds that seem really far-fetched and possibly overpowered. Builds that a lot of players will claim to have seen, but have no evidence to back it up.
Mothman.
That's right, today we're talking about cryptids. Do they exist? And more importantly, where would they be on the tier list? If you unlock them as a playable class, would you even want to play as them?
I would want to play as Bigfoot. I feel like it'd be really fun. Same with the Mothman.
There are some where the answer is an obvious yes, and some that might be more hype than power.
Okay. Before we gotta make our like hey guys, parlays, prize picks in, DraftKings. We gotta set our bets. Jackalope, I feel like it's gonna be here, right? It's a rabbit with horns, nothing crazy. Wendigos up here, Bigfoot's A tier. Loch Ness monsters, S tier. I feel like those would be S tier because like it's a massive amphibian in water. You know, it's kind of cool. Mothman, that might be S tier.
And there are some I've even managed to figure out how to unlock myself. So prepare
The fuck?
for some never-before-shared secrets on these legendary builds.
The CIA takes out Mr. Tierzu. Oh, I love Tierzu. I can't believe he would. I didn't know he was suffering so many issues, man. I can't believe Tierzu was shot 50 times in the back and like thrown over a river. Shame. They're real demons.
Always,
Real demons.
we'll start from the bottom of the tier list and go up from there.
All right.
So in my opinion, the worst cryptids are the ones unlocked by taking a well-known build and afflicting them with an appearance-altering disease.
Like what?
One example of this is the Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Okay.
I used to think that they'd be quite overpowered because of the lifelink ability, until I figured out how to unlock them and saw how they really play. The legend goes that the Chupacabra, aka Goatsucker, can heal itself by draining the HP of its bite victims. That's a load of nonsense.
What?
To unlock the Chupacabra, what you need to do is choose a canine build on the character select screen, and then intentionally get yourself infected by mange. You can do this by simply being in close proximity with another player with the same debuff, as it spreads quickly. Mange has a few effects. The first is a massive sanity debuff brought about by intense itching. The second is a sizable buff to intimidation as a result of hair loss from all
Is this about to just be a lot of like this dude, this deadass gonna be Marvel ruins in cryptid form. You're gonna ruin my like fun.
Scratching. These two together unlock the Chupacabra prestige class for the Coyote. However, aside from becoming scarier, it doesn't grant any more unique abilities.
It just gets cancer.
In fact, I'd say the cost to your sanity greatly outweighs the intimidation bonus. The same can be said about the Jackalope. The Jackalope is touted as a rabbit build equipped with antlers.
I knew this build's
antlers
trash.
are awesome tools, both for
this build was trash.
foraging and for defense. Their range allows you to pressure opponents from a distance, and their sharp prongs can inflict bonus damage on hit. Rabbits absolutely could benefit from having antlers, especially considering how oppressive they'd be.
A rabbit can already hold its own versus a hawk. Just think how impossible this matchup would be for the hawk player if the rabbit had antlers to defend itself with.
In the raptor matchup. Unfortunately, that's not what's going on here. To play as a jackalope, you need to choose a rabbit build and then somehow acquire the Shope papilloma virus.
Oh god, it literally is about to be Marvel Rivals or Marvel Ruins, dude. But
the best way to do this is to be bitten on the face by a tick player. The virus creates protrusions that can resemble antlers, but in reality, they're tumors.
I thought this would be a fun video. You know, just... Now we're learning these builds just suck ass.
So while the aesthetics might seem fun for a while, they're cutting your playthrough short by a huge margin in most cases. Next are the builds which get a lot of hype and don't have a fatal flaw, but I still don't think are necessarily top tier. The first is what I like to call the Solo Simian build.
Oh no.
This is the general name for rumored hominid builds like the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, Yowie, and Abominable Snowman.
Oh no.
They seem to be everywhere, and also nowhere. And I think there's a reason for that. Great Ape builds have everything in common with these Solo Simians except for one thing: team play. Even though this fabled character seems to have the same or possibly even higher base stats and abilities than the other apes, team play is what brought apes to the forefront of the meta. Foregoing that just seems like an objectively suboptimal play.
Let him be nonchalant, let him overform!
I have to rate these guys lower than all the other simians. Also in this section is the Thunderbird. In my Raptor tier list, I discussed the attributes that make for a strong aerial hunter. Those being speed, agility, stealth, and power. Thunderbirds, being massive flying tanks, would not be suited to this playstyle at all. The largest playable flying birds are all scavenger types that use their large size to travel great distances easier. The largest raptor build ever to make waves in the meta was Haast's Eagle, which managed to have a commanding lead in the New Zealand meta for a solid chunk of time. However, this build was by no means a Thunderbird. It was actually smaller than modern-day Condor and Albatross builds, and so as intimidating as a cloud-sized eagle would be, I don't think it would make for a very effective build.
You just want to take out all the fun out of all this, Mr. Zoo, don't you? And the Bigfoot doesn't want to do teamwork. I wouldn't want to do teamwork. Have you done group projects, Mr. Zoo? They're ass! Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, group projects for me have been... Actually, no, I'm not gonna BS y'all. Group projects recently have been alright, but for majority of my life, they've been dog shit. I'm not doing nothing. Now you tell me I gotta do a group project with other people with my life? No, bruh. I'd rather just be on my own on some nonchalant shit. Let my man Bigfoot ISO. Alright, he's still Bigfoot. I'll put him in low A tier. This guy, yeah, he sucks. Who cares? Like, the Thunderbird not, actually producing thunder sucks. But at the same time, though, it's still a massive bird. Can you compare it to, like, a Quetzal? Maybe. I'll solve this on my own.
Okay, so now that we've covered the bad and average cryptids, let's finally get into ones I think would actually be really strong.
Okay, which ones?
In fact, it's my personal opinion that these cryptids are actually players who somehow avoided the sweeping bans put in place by the devs.
Ooh. So they evaded the coding.
The first one is, of course, the Loch Ness Monster. Plesiosaurs used to hold the #1 spot in the marine meta way back during the Jurassic expansion. They were much quicker and more agile than fish at the time, and since the devs hadn't introduced marine mammals to the game yet, they were totally uncontested. If Plesiosaurs...
That is horrifying as fuck.
Since the devs hadn't introduced
so serious. I
marine
forget mosasaurs are genuinely massive
They were totally uncontested.
Like, dude, this is horrifying as a bitch. Like, genuinely. I ain't gonna lie. If I had to fight a mosasaur in the water, I'd probably just kill myself.
If plesiosaurs were still playable today, they'd easily...
This be y'all. Look at this goofy-ass build, bro. Spore-ass monster, gang. This dead-ass y'all, bro. My shot, bro. Average Cuff'em fan. Average Neon fan.
easily still be high tier. The tactic of using one's reach in order to attack a school of fish from afar is what made them so dominant in the past metas, and this strategy is still employed by builds like the Swordfish and Sawfish today. In fact, one of the main arguments against the existence of the Loch Ness Monster is that they're simply too strong for the lock server. They'd easily overpower and defeat every other player there, and eventually just end up starving because they'd have driven away the competition. If something like this build is actually playable, it's much more likely that it's an open ocean exclusive, and judging by the recent finding of a mysterious creature washing up on Georgia's shore, this seems to be the case.
I wonder, is this like, hold on.
Judging by the recent finding of a mysterious creature.
What are Loch Ness monster sightings the big 2024? Hold on. Let's go, yeah, or 2025. Really? It's still relevant? This garbage ass photo. That's it? Bro, this trap. Am I? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. Bro, this garbage ass photo. That's a wave. Thank you, Boyd. This fuck out of here, bro. Come on, there's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something else. No. 3 sightings. Okay. There's the what? There's a register? Jesus Christ, dude. Jobs, fellas. Jobs. Let me see. This seems real. Yeah, I'm not looking at webcam. I'm not gonna click nowhere, bro. I like my laptop the way it is without someone controlling this shit.
You're washing up on Georgia's shore, this seems to be the case.
This is what happened in Georgia.
The last cryptid on our tier list today is another potential banhammer dodger, the jungle-dwelling reptile called Mokili Membe.
No Wendigo?
Despite the fact that the devs removed sauropod builds from the game long ago,
Why is he yelling at me? What the fuck? Like, chill, I'm just playing, Mr. Zoo.
Mokili Membe. Despite the fact that the devs removed
Damn, he fighting the music. This is literally just Marvel ruins in cryptid form. I like how he's just fight. Mr. Zoo's not playing no games.
sauropod builds from the game long ago,
Despite the devs.
rumor has it that Mokili Membe is a secret playable character in the river biome of the Congo jungle.
I never heard about Kylian Mbappe.
This is at least mildly plausible because the vast stretches of thick rainforests and deep swamps have actually blocked human data miners from exploring the area. One reason I find this build to be more plausible than Nessie is that Mokili Membe is speculated to be using the Pygmy character trait. This solves 2 problems at once. First, this gets around the problem I have with the Nessie build, in that they're so big and powerful that they'd annihilate all of their competition.
Or is that music speeding up Mr. Zoo, gang?
And end up starving. A Pygmy sauropod would still be powerful, but there would still be enough loot for itself and other herbivores in the area. This also helps explain how it avoided the ban, seeing as Pygmy builds often survive much longer than their full-sized counterparts, as seen with the Pygmy mammoth that survived on the Aleutian Island servers up until fairly recently. Now, with that said, I've still never had the opportunity to play as this fabled character or even seen one in game. So
I have. I played all these builds. You know, I made them work.
If you know how to unlock it, please share that in the comments.
Yeah, just to get good.
With the possible exception of
It's DLC.
Sasquatch, none of these cryptids really have the intelligence stats required to keep up with the current meta. And this could be contributing to why some of them have faded into legend. Don't let this happen to you. By using the link in the description, you can include more about that. Go to the
Alright, bro. I thought it was, where's the Wendigo? I thought the Wendigo was about to show up. This was 7 years ago. Damn, Mr. Zoo. Because extra ability to automatically make camera blurry or shitty. Yeah, that's valid. This is a short video. How long has this video been? 12 minutes. What do y'all want to talk about? You know, what do y'all want to talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? Nothing. Go fuck yourselves. Alright, so let's go wrap with today's video, bro. If you want to... Nah, hold on. How's y'all's day, man? My day was pretty good. Honey, you didn't let me... Shut the fuck up. It's my video. My day has been pretty good. Pretty swell, man. Pretty swell. Pretty swell. Pretty swell. I'm pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. You know the people that said it all gets better? Yeah, they were right. As of right now. Yeah. But fellas, that's gonna wrap up today's video, bro. Short little talk, I know. But if you want me to chat anything more video specific, give me more tiers, dude, but give me some good ones. Give me some good ones, bro. Let's go wrap up today's video. If you like the video, don't go fuck. Bye!